Hey guys, in this video I am going to embellish one of these albums. I think I'm going to embellish this one right here and save this one for another video. But I think this is the one I'm going to put in the box itself. So I think it matches a little bit better. And then I can do this one a little bit different. So for this one, in the last video I finished up all the pockets and pages, pockets and inserts and envelopes and whatnot, and I have went through and I have matted everything that needed to be matted. I did add on the inserts, I added the gold foil, or not the gold foil, the it's not really even a rose gold color, I don't know, it's somewhere between a rose gold and a copper, but this is from, let me get the paper pad. This is Die Cut with a View embossed foil stack, and I actually got it at Hobby Lobby and I cannot find it online, so that's why I haven't put a link to it yet, but this is what it is, and I got it at Hobby Lobby. And then the paper line that we're using for this whole project is Love Clippings by Prima, beautiful collection. And so this album was made with all of my large cut-off pieces. So when you run, like this one was made printing directly onto the pattern paper, but I had to cut it down from 12 by 12 to 8.5 by 11, and then I ran it through my printer and cut the pages out. But the leftover pieces that I have, the 3.5 by 12 and then the 1-inch piece, that's what this whole thing was matted with, all those cut-off pieces. So really this is all I have left from all of that. There's maybe 2 full sheets of the large cutoff piece and a little bit of a scrap, and then some scraps and a few of the 1-inch pieces. So I just wanted to share that with you. I was trying really hard to use the cutoff pieces to make a whole album. So anyway, so what I've done is I've matted everything that needs to be matted. Like there, I did decide to not have the metallic paper showing through here because of the die border cut, the die thingy. What is this called? The punch, the border punch. Which is Martha Stewart floral lace that I use to make these cool little borders. So I just matted it with some of the pattern paper, and then that's what's going to be showing through that window that we made. I will link all of the previous videos for these albums below. I will link the printable below. I will link anything and everything I can find online below for you guys to find easily. So anyways, everything is matted where I wanted it to be matted and ready to go. So I think what I'm going to do is I have all of my, from when I made the box, when I embellished the box, I'd put all the flowers that I'd opened in a container and all of the embellishments, like the ephemera and the die cut pieces. And I'm just going to try to use the stuff that I've already got open, but in case I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't even open yet, a bunch of flowers and things, because it's going to need to be flat things that go inside of here so that it'll still fit inside the box nicely. But I still have like a whole reserve of other stuff. So what I did is I wanted to tell you, I made another little bundle, a little letter bundle. I will link this video below, but it's a smaller one. Like this one has, I don't know, 6 or 7 faux letters in a stack, and so I just made a smaller one. This one has 3. This little drop here is just the wax kind of had a mind of its own, so I just left it. I mean, no big deal. So I'm going to try to do the same thing on the album, except in order for it to close, I can't get too carried away, so I'm going to try to simplify that. So I'll probably, since I'm going to be doing kind of the exact same thing, I'll probably fast forward through this bit really quickly so that this video doesn't get too long, and then we'll go on to the inside of the album. Okay, so I'm going to start on the cover. So I'm going to kind of repeat what's on this box. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some stuff out, get some flowers out, and then I'll just start playing. Okay, well, first thing I realized is most of these flowers are going to be way too dimensional to go on the cover and for it to still fit inside my box and close nicely, because look how dimensional that is. I mean, that's a good inch off of the cover, where I can't really do that for this cover. So I think what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to glue my little bundle down and then just start tucking some of these flatter, smaller flowers in. No big deal. Oh, you know what I'm going to do too? I'm going to glue this down and then I'm going to show you. I picked out a die cut This is just Fabri-Tac by Beacon. My favorite go-to glue. If you can only buy one wet glue, this is the one I would buy if I were you, because it's my favorite. Alright, so I'm just going to stick this on here. Just like that. And out of the die cuts and stuff and the chipboard pieces, I found this little guy here, and it says Our Story. So I'm going to distress this. I'm going to get my distress ink out. And let me grab just a piece of paper that I got sitting here. This is Tim Holtz Distress Ink and Vintage Photo. So I'm just going to distress this a little bit because it's a little stark white. No big deal. And then I might even go to a different color, maybe some walnut stain. I got walnut stain distress ink as well. And just give it a little, oops. I think I need to either re-ink or revitalize my distress ink. What is that called when they have the refresher sprays or whatever? Okay, so then the last thing I'm going to do to kind of make it match the rest of it is use my archival ink in jet black, and I'm just going to ink the edges just a little bit. So just like that, right? Just knock that white down, and I'm doing this because I'm kind of duplicating. This one says Our Love, so I thought this would be cute to have it stuck on here. Just kind of like that same situation. So it could say, you know, like Our Love Story, or I'm sorry, it doesn't say Our Love. It says, that one says Our Love. This one says Our Story. Good grief. So I'm trying to like give it a little bit of a banner feel. I can just stick this on here like that. This is what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to tack it down with some Fabri-Tac. And just glue it on here. There, I think that'd be cute. Maybe I can shift it just a little bit. So that's cute, simple. So now I'm just going to add some flowers. Oh, I wanted to point out too that my hand's doing really good. It doesn't hurt anymore. I mean, there is a little bit of bad spots on my hand, but for the most part it's doing pretty good. So thank you guys for all of your well wishes. It really was much appreciated. Alright, so I'm just going to start playing, so I'll probably fast forward here and just do it real quickly. Okay, so here is where I'm at so far. Looks pretty good. It's not exact, but pretty close. It's got to cut the same, you know, feel to it. So I said what I wanted to do to this box is I wanted to add some of this, what is this, sequins. This is the actual sequins from the Rosie Bell collection. It's the, like, coppery rose goldish color, and it matches the metallic paper that I used perfectly. So I'm going to add some sequins to the cover and to the box. And how I'm going to do that is I'm going to use Scotch quick dry adhesive that I put into this fine line applicator bottle, and I'm just going to make some dots of where I might want the sequins, and I'm going to add it to both the box and the album. And I'm also going to use this We Are Memory Keepers Quick Stick placement tool. This is a newer discovery to me. Whoops, I do it wrong every time. But it's perfect for stuff like sequins. So it's got this like little tacky end, and when you screw this down, more of it pops out. I don't know, it's really unique. So I'm just gonna pick up one of the sequins. Is it gonna focus? Yeah, one of the sequins, I'm just gonna lay it down on that dot of glue that I put down, and this makes it go so much faster. So just a little cluster of sequins right there. I'm going to move this one just a little bit. I like it. So I'm just going to add a few bits and pieces here and there. So let me see if you can be able to see this. I'm going to try to twist this the right way. Hopefully it'll focus real quick. There we go. I'm going to try to twist it tighter so that more of it comes out. If it's going to, there we go. You see how it's popped out a little bit? It's so cool. I know it's probably hard to see, but anyways. So then I'm going to add some over here. So I just placed some random sequins and random little spots on there just to add a little bit more blingity bling. Again, I'm using the quick stick to pick up the sequins and the fine line tip applicator with Scotch quick dry adhesive that's inside of there. So now I'm going to add some to the box. I'm just going to sprinkle these around here and there. Just to add a little something. And I think I'll stick one right here. So I think that's all I'll do. I'll just add a little bit of bling. I wonder if I should put one, maybe I should put one right here too. There. That looks cute. So now I've got the cover of the album and the cover of the box completely done. I'm going to let this dry a minute before I see if it'll fit inside the box. I hope it does. And I'll be right back. Okay, so I think it's dry enough. I think that it barely fits inside of there. It pops up just ever so slightly. I don't know if I'll be able to show you a view. It barely makes it stick up a little bit. But I think it looks fantastic. So I guess if it doesn't have to go into the box. One thing I have noticed is that since I've got the stuffed pack full of inserts and things, it's kind of thick. You see how thick it is already, how full. So I'm going to have to use flat embellishments in here so that there's room for photos and things, and maybe not go too crazy. Maybe just some of the flatter flowers or the small flowers so that things can open and close easily. I think I'm just going to have to be very, very, very careful of what I do. Do you know what I mean? Of what I put in here. I mean, it's pretty all by itself. It really doesn't need anything. You could leave it like that and then just add your photos, and you're good to go. And you know, you can instead of matting these things with the pattern paper, you can mat it with your photo. So that could save you some space there too. But anyway, so I'm not sure. I'm going to have to grab some stuff out because I don't have this planned out of what I want to put where. So I am just going to grab a bunch of stuff and start playing. Or I'm just going to grab a bunch of stuff and then I'll be back. I'm not going to start playing yet. I'll wait for you before I start playing. Okay, so I've pulled some stuff out and I've scattered the stuff around, and I've pulled out all the flowers that are just going to be too thick for this mini album. But it looks like I'm going to have plenty left over to make a much bigger mini album out of it, maybe using the Ultimate or the Paper Dream or something. But I was going to put like a little cluster of flowers here, but it's just too thick. So it's hitting this and it's just too thick, and so I'm going to do I have some baker's twine, some of that pink baker's twine. I'm just going to make a loop so that, you know, to pull that, because it'll come open, and then I'm going to stick a little chipboard piece there, I think. I think that's what I'm going to do, just like that, I think. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to ink the edges of my chipboard piece, because I think it matches better, it fits in better, it looks like it belongs when you do that. No big deal. And then I'm going to put a dab of glue with my Fabri-Tac here in the middle. And I'm going to lay this string. I'm going to end up trimming this string, pretty sure. I'm going to lay this string in here, like that. Then I'm going to put a dab of glue on the back of this. And I'm going to lay this over top, just to give it a little bit of dimension. I think that's a simple, cute little embellishment. I'm going to wait to trim that off until that dries, but that way everything still closes the way it's supposed to, and nothing's hitting anything. I also pulled out my sticker sheet. You guys know how much I have a hard time using my sticker sheets. I don't know why, but I just do. I think it would be cute if it maybe a sticker on here, just for a little more dimension. It says "You are loved." I'm going to ink this one up too. I need to get some more ink on my blending tool. So I'm going to try to tuck this under there now. Oh, that looks cute. That looks cute. I like that. So it looks like I'm going to be using some stickers this time. Woohoo! It's hard for me to do. I don't know why either. It's so silly. I might have to take off some of these, have these like hard centers. I might have to nip those off and put like a sequence or something there. That's cute. I like that. I'm just going to glue it down. I'm going to just glue it on that little envelope there. I think that's an envelope. Yeah, it's just an envelope. So I'm going to glue this down like on the edge there. And I'm probably going to have to snip that off. Yeah. I should have done that first. I should have known better. So I'm just going to snip it. Whoop! Just like that. Now see if it'll close. Yep. So I might even take the rest of that off of there. Whatever this is. Whatever all this is. So that's cute. That looks cute like that. So it needs something else. There needs to be something surrounding it. So when you open it, you see that. That is cute. All right, let's see if one of these smaller pink ones, or should I put it down here? It's kind of cute. I'm gonna take this off, all this yellow stuff off here before I glue it down. Whoa. And then maybe I'll use one of these teeny little flowers, these little bitty things, or a chipboard piece. Let's see what kind of chipboard pieces I have. Yeah, I'll just do a little cluster like that. That'd be cute. Just a little cluster like that. And so this envelope, when you pull it out, there'll be two little flowers still left there. Cute. But when it's together, it looks like that. I like it. I think that's cute. All right, let me see. I'm gonna trim these up a little bit, I think. I don't know. I'm kind of liking it. No, I better trim them up. Okay, so I'm not gonna do anything to this part here because I don't want it to be too thick right there. So I think that's just gonna, I'm just gonna leave them just like that. So those two pages are gonna look like that. Simple, cute, I like it. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave those two pages just like that and move on to the next one. Okay, I think I'm gonna put a little cluster right here. I made these other little mini envelopes the same way I made the love letter bundles. My printer will allow me to print things at like a certain size, like a wallet size. So it'll do like a whole sheet of wallet size, or I don't know if it's my printer or if it's my program. It'll let me do, you know, like a whole sheet of wallet size so this is what I did for this. So I'm gonna do these. I think I'm gonna put these in this corner here, but I wanted to show you really quickly how I did it. So this is the size of it. It's tiny. This is the envelope that's on page 9. I just printed it down to like a wallet size. I just printed it on regular paper and I'm using some recycling. So I just scored it and all the little score marks, and then I cut down a little piece of the foam that I used in the other love letter stuff. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this piece of foam into the middle here. So like I said, I made these exactly the way I made the love letter. So I used the same distress inks and everything to make it look like it's an ode letter. So I'm just going to glue it together now. It doesn't really matter because it's not going to open, so you're not going to mess anything up. Hang on, let me hold this for a second. And it's not even on there correctly, but you get it. So now I'm going to glue it closed. Just like that. It's that simple. So then I inked it up with all the same inks, you know, to finish it off. So I inked it up. And then all I did was I took that same baker's twine that I made the bigger bundles with, just like that, wrapped it around, and instead of using the wax seal, I just used one of the little sequins that came with the Rosie Bell collection. Just one of the, and I just put that right smack in the middle. So I made me a handful of these. They were super easy to make. I was uploading a video and I just sat there and made them, I think, because, you know, sometimes uploading takes forever. So I think I'm just going to do like a little bundle down here because this is the window, remember, because there's going to be a picture here. So I'm just going to put two little letters there, and then I'm going to arrange some flowers around it. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that'll be cute. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do it. Alright, I'm going to have to add one more so there's not an even number. But that's cute. I like it. So I'm going to have to add one more flower. Where can I put that? I think I'll tuck it up under here. Yeah, that's cute. Okay, so I'm going to move on to this page, and I think I'm going to use this little tile that says, I love you. It's like a bingo thing. It says, I love you. So I think I'm going to put this on here and a couple little flowers, because I can't get too thick. I might have to, I'm going to go ahead and trim it off. I'm not just going to say I might. I'm just going to go ahead and do it. So I'm just going to stick those couple things down right there just to give that a little something something. And I think I'm just going to adhere this one side down because that way something could be slipped behind it, you know. So I'm going to stick this down right there. And I'm going to glue a couple little flowers. You know, on these smaller albums, it makes it difficult to really do some heavy-duty embellishing. You know, you have to be real picky about what you put in it and how thick things are. So it can get a little frustrating for me. I mean, the embellishing part is hard enough for me in the first place. But that's cute. Oh, I could do that. This is you and me. That's cute. I'm going to ink the edges of this. And I can just stick it right in the middle, like that. That's cute. It just breaks up that metal a little bit. What about memories? Put memories across there. Okay, I'm going to do that. So I'm going to ink the edges of this. The only reason I'm inking everything is because I feel like if I don't, it's going to be like too stark of a contrast, like it doesn't belong there or something. So that's the only reason I ink everything up. So I think I can just wonder if there's our anywhere. No, I don't see anything. Alright, so I'm just going to stick memories on here best I can, just like that. That gives it a little something. So I might just leave it the way it is. Did anything, you know, everything's got something on it. So maybe I'll just leave it like that. Sometimes we can go a little overboard. See how some spots it's a little thicker than others, but it still is laying flat. Let's see if it'll still fit into the box. I hope so. It does. It pops up a little bit, just a little. See, it's maybe 1/8 of an inch there. That's not so bad. So I think I'll just leave it like that. And then later on, once I start adding pictures, let's see how this worked out. Oh yeah, cute. Maybe I can add some more stickers and stuff if I ever get to adding pictures to it. Seems like I go from one thing to the next. I really like those cute little letters. Aren't they cute? Aren't they cute? They're adorable. But yeah, I think I'll just leave it at that. And I'll leave all the inserts and stuff plain. So I think I'm just going to leave it. Okay, so I'm just going to leave it like this, and then in the next video we'll do the other album. We'll embellish the covers and the insides, and we might be able to make this one a little bit thicker, or I'm sorry, we might be able to put a little bit more embellishments in here because it's not as thick, because there's not as many layers of cardstock in this one, and it doesn't have to go into a box. So we might be able to do a little bit more flowers and thicker stuff inside of this one. But for now, I'll just leave it like this. And if you like this video, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments below about, you know, embellishing and you know, just how you tackle it and what is, you know, how do you do it? What is your thought process on embellishing the inside of your albums, especially when you're kind of limited in space, like room. Like, this is a small album and it's not real thick. So, you know, let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and hit this button right here. And do check out the rest of the videos here on the screen. And I'll see you next time. Bye.